Welcome to episode 2 of Monster Pickups. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go check out episode 1 of RobCon. I've now set up a playlist of all of our pickup videos, so anytime you want to go back and rewatch any of the ones that we've done, it's there, or maybe you missed an episode, go check out that playlist. But go check out episode 1. We went to RobCon. Myself, Josh, and Yeti all went. We got some footage from the con itself. We had a great time just hanging out with each other and then looking at some awesome comics and getting some pretty cool stuff. So go check out what I picked up at the con. This episode is going to focus primarily on video games. So this is probably a 2 to 3 week period. I've picked up a lot of this stuff. When it comes to the ones I've picked up, I haven't really been able to find them cheap. And this is about eBay prices, so it's not like I'm overpaying. Or maybe sometimes it's $5 or $6 below. But a lot of these I got some pretty decent prices on. So, but they're just, you're going to, some games, if you start collecting, you'll find that you're just going to have to pay for them. They're really hard to find just at like a flea market for cheap or at a yard sale or something like that. Ever so often you'll run into them at one of those things, but usually they're going to be at a video game shop or a retro shop or something like that. So we'll start out with some PS3 and some Wii games that I picked up. Both are RPGs. I picked up Nier. Colin Skeen, contributor blog, one of my friends. He and another friend of mine, Brian, has been really high on this game. I was super stoked to find it. Every GameStop I go to, I look for it, and for the last, the last couple of months, I haven't been able to look for it since I've been, kind of searching it out. It's kind of how it is when you try. It's there when you don't want it, but it's not there when you kind of do. It's an RPG by Square Enix. It kind of flew under the radar a little bit. So it's been on a lot of kind of hidden gem lists for the PS3, so I'm really stoked to finally get it. Paid probably a little bit more than I wanted to, but it came highly recommended by those guys, and I trust their opinion on games, so I was pretty stoked to add it. The next one I got is one that kind of intrigued me. My local video game shop in their Norton location, they actually had this for new, and it's the only time I've ever seen it. It's like $35, and obviously I'm not going to pay a Wii game. I've never seen $35, so I kind of did some research on it, looked at the reviews, very good reviews on it, and they actually opened up a store. There's a big shopping center in Bristol, I guess it'd be Bristol, Virginia, called The Pinnacle, and basically they opened a new shop over there, a new location, and if you ever want to go visit them, they're all over the place over here on the East Coast. They're G2K Games. They're in a couple stores in Tennessee, a couple stores in Virginia, North Carolina, so they're all over the place. But great people. I remember when they had a shop all by themselves in little downtown Norton, and almost like a little boutique shop, I guess you could say, and they kind of expanded from there. So those guys were great. They did a great job with their shop. But this is called Shiren the Wanderer, and just kind of one of those Wii RPGs that kind of flew under the radar. I know that they had Xenoblade Chronicles, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower that kind of slid in underneath the before the Wii people stopped making games for Wii. This one actually came out in, I believe, 2008. As far as when it came out, I believe it was imported here in 2010. So it was a little bit, not necessarily a later game, but it was near the lifespan there, or the end of the lifespan for the Wii. I was pretty stoked. I actually had like a 25% off sale on this. And you get like a little blue card, and you get another 10%. So I got it for like $5 or something used. So I was pretty stoked to get it for that price. Definitely grabbed it. Like I said, reviews are pretty good on it. So I'm pretty stoked to get it in, and kind of see what it's all about. The next ones are kind of a combination. The first one I'll touch on is Fate and Kaitos Origins. Again, all these are RPGs. Here we go. This one is the prequel to Fate and Kaitos for the GameCube, which was originally released. This one's a little bit more pricier because I didn't even know they released it. So I'm guessing it probably came out a little bit later in the lifespan, hence why it's a little bit more. But pretty stoked to grab that one. I always like to grow my GameCube collection with good games. Again, much like the Wii, there was a lot of stuff that really wasn't good on the GameCube, but what was good was good. So I'm glad to have that. Next one, I forgot to take the price tag off, but I picked this up for $14.99. Suikoden 4. That means I've picked up Suikoden 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all in the same year. So I was pretty stoked to kind of get all those. Suikoden, obviously, an icon as far as games in our, Suikoden 2 is one of the ones that everybody puts up on a pedestal, and is a great game. So stoked to get that series all good and, at least for the first 5, all good and done, I guess. This one, friend and contributor blog Andrew Foltz was a big Persona fan. I've never played them. I remember watching Giant Bomb. I was working at a college bookstore, and for lunch I would go watch Giant Bomb before they got kind of big, and even I think it was even before they started doing the podcast. They would stream. I think it was Vinny and was it Vinny and Jeff? I know it was Vinny, and I can't remember who streamed it with him, but they would do capture, and then they put a thing up, and it was kind of like a Let's Play Persona, and it was like ridiculous number of parts. But I remember watching every lunch when I think it was released every Wednesday or something, and watching them play this game. And of course they were super entertaining, but it was a game that I was kind of not familiar with, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. And neither one of them had played it, so it was pretty cool to watch them kind of play it for the first time. But yeah, picked this up for about $10. First person I sent a text to was Andrew, because he's been on to me about this is one of the greatest games. I don't know if he said of all time. Maybe, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I think he may think that it's the greatest game of all time. It may very well be, so I'm going to go check it out. I know it's a lot of time. RPGs take a lot of time, but I got it for like $10, so I was pretty stoked to get it that price as well. The second one, I've actually had a physical copy of this. Traded in because I didn't have the box and the manual for it, and I went through that phase where, especially with PS2, I really wanted the box and the manual to go with it, at least the box and the cover art. This is Valkyrie Profile 2. I have the first one for the PS1. I never got to play it, so I haven't really played it yet, but I did actually play about 20 minutes of this one when I first got it, because there was a scratch. I was kind of testing it. I kind of got into it. It was a nice art style. Story was very intriguing, so I was definitely happy to pick this up. Probably paid a little bit more than I wanted to for it, but I don't see it complete. I think I paid like $15 for it. I would rather pay like 10 or something, but I don't ever see it, like I said, complete, so I was pretty stoked to get this one. Second thing, the last one for the PS2, there's a nice shop in Withful. I can't remember the name of it. Next time I do a video, I'll find it and do a game of it, like the Game Exchange or something. I can't remember what the name, but nice older guy that's there, really into the hobby as far as playing and also being able to open a really kind of a cool small shop. He had some pretty cool stuff. A little bit more expensive than I wanted to go, but he had this one for, and I've been looking for actually for the GameCube version of this for a while. But I'll survive. I'll be happy with the PlayStation 2. So this is Mystic Heroes. Now they said this is exclusive to PlayStation 2, but I'm pretty sure, and somebody may want to correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that they released it for the GameCube too. But I got it for the PS4. No, not the PS4, PS2. But this is a good multiplayer game, 1 to 2 players. I think you can play up to 4 and kind of switch in between, which is always a challenge and always kind of a fun challenge on games like that. So it's one I've been looking for a while. Got some pretty good reviews, so I went ahead and grabbed it from him. The last group, G2, like I said, G2K Games has a lot of different locations. They started here in Norton. They still have a nice store in Norton as well. They've moved a couple times, but still, it's actually up in the bigger shopping center in the town. So. Apparently, I don't know who it is, but this someone has been trading in their PS1 collection, and it's looked amazing. Like, these are just really well taken care of discs, well taken care of as far as the cases and whatnot. Just really nice looking. Up to a point, I had everything. I was kind of waiting to see what he would bring in. The first time I've ever seen all the Mega Man Legends in one spot. He had all the Mega Man games, which I own all of these already. But I was like, man, there's got to be something he's going to bring in that I'm going to grab. So the first one that I grabbed was Vandal Hearts 2 on the PS1. This is a game that I think I want to say it was on RacketBoy.com. It was on one of those hidden gems. This is one of the hidden gem RPGs. I watched a couple videos of it. Got some pretty good reviews as well. So I was pretty stoked to pick that up. All of these are about eBay price, maybe just a little bit lower, but about eBay price. So I was okay with it. That's my rule: don't ever pay over eBay price. If you can get cheaper, that's awesome, but don't ever pay over eBay price. The second one I actually had to. This is the only one that he had traded in that had damage on it. It actually had a busted front case, so I ended up changing the front part of it. But Saga Frontier, I have Saga Frontier 2. I picked up a while back. Again, was pretty stoked to pick this one up because I just don't ever see it. So especially right at eBay price, a lot of people kind of want to put this one up a little bit, and I refuse to pay that. So I got it for about eBay price, maybe a little bit lower. So I was pretty stoked to get that as well to add to Saga Frontier 2. Apparently, and this is to touch on this, I listen to the Retronauts podcast a lot. Some people hate this and some people love this. There's really no in between. It's either you really, really like it or you really, really hate it. So I'm kind of interested to kind of get into the series and whatnot to see what all the fuss is about, whether you hate it or you don't. And the last one, I've been looking for this one for a while. I put it off. Ended up showing up in this guy's collection. He traded in there, and this is a Dragon Warrior 7. I've been wanting it. I've even had a couple bids on eBay and lost them. They actually had one in Johnson City when I got Persona and Baten Kaitos, the second one. I ended up getting those two because I never see them for that price and never see the other one. But I've seen Dragon Warrior a couple of times. I actually went up there. I was actually out of spending money. I'm allotted some spending money as far as that goes. As far as I recommend always having a budget, especially when you collect games or action figures, because sometimes you can go a little bit overboard, and I've done that before. So I've got a budget that I have every month to kind of spend on some stuff. So I was a little bit short. So my awesome wife, who understands my collecting and understands I love to play these things, I said, they have it up here. It's in probably the best condition I've ever seen. I said, it's going to be a little bit, luckily I had some credit. I said, it's going to be a little bit over. She said, no, go ahead and get it. I know you've been looking for it for a while. And I had, so I'm pretty stoked to get this. I mean, it's in immaculate condition. Whoever you are out there, I don't know who's been trading them in, but you've done a really good job of keeping your collection in mint condition. I mean, it's been great to kind of buy these and even look at them in the case, even if I had them. Even if I already had them, and being like, man, that guy took some really good care of his stuff. So hopefully one day someone will say that about me. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. It has a good home. So, but that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's a little bit longer than what I wanted to go there, but a lot of really good RPGs. I was really stoked to get this over the last month or so. Hopefully I'll get to playing some of these, sit down and get some time and be able to play them. But also, I wanted to touch on is that we are at monstersgeek.com now, and I'll refer to it a little bit in the front. We're not at WordPress.com, so if you go to monstersgeek.wordpress.com, I think it doesn't even do anything anymore because that's not the address. So it's monstersgeek.com. We're super excited to get that .com on us and get rid of the WordPress part. We've also done some redesign of the site, so go check it out. If this is your first video, please like, subscribe. We'll be doing a lot of different stuff as far as that. My brother, Joe Yeti Collier, has been doing some streaming on Twitch. We'll get more information to you on that. I believe it's, I want to say the Twitch channel is at, I think it's Yeti_Mog or Mog_Yeti. I'll have to take a look. I'll probably put it in the probably in this video, like a little bar should pop up about right now that has the correct one. So go check him out on Twitch. He's been doing The Last of Us streaming on the PS4. We've been trying to do a little bit more stuff. Check us out on Twitter at Monsters of Geek, Facebook Monsters of Geek blog. Go check us out there as well, and Instagram Monsters of Geek at Monsters of Geek. So go check it out on all of our social media stuff. And please follow us. We've been doing a lot of stuff on Instagram lately as far as taking pictures, showing us what we picked up, just some cool stuff here or there. And then also, we're going to try to do some more stuff on here on YouTube, and also YouTube Gaming. We're going to start doing some stuff on there as well. So go check it out. But we're super stoked to finally be monstersofgeek.com. If you never went to the blog before, we've got some great contributors. All of them, I'm happy to say first, are my friends I've met throughout my life and continue to maintain contact with. And they were the first ones I went to be able to contribute to this blog and be able to get their stuff, because I think they're super talented and very humbled that they continue to send me pieces to post on the blog. So we've done some redesigns. Go check it out. But yeah, go check out monstersgeek.com. We're super proud of it. And hopefully you like it. We post something new usually every Tuesday or Thursday. If it's not Thursday, it's Friday. But usually every Tuesday and Thursday we'll have some stuff up, so go check it out. But go check out episode 1. Like and subscribe to the video, and just keep up with us here on YouTube. We got some cool stuff coming up, so I appreciate you watching, and yeah, have a good week.